Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a special edition, as always, of Our Small Life. So make sure y'all stay tuned. You don't want to miss this one. This is important information that everyone should know, okay? All right, y'all. So on this particular edition of Our Small Life, we are going to be talking about the 10 things that you should not ever do if you're going to be in a car club, okay? So let's go ahead and start with the number one reason or things you should not do when you're in a car club. Are y'all ready? All right, number one, be friends with the mean girl or guy in the group. That will fuck you up. Do not be friends with the mean person in the group, because ultimately all these other things will play a factor into things you should not do into a group, okay? So just don't be friends with the mean person in the group, all right? Which leads me into reason number two. Don't gossip with anyone about other members, okay? That shit will fuck you up as well. That mean girl, mean guy thing, they suck you into that gossip, and then before you know it, you're talking about everybody. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Stay away from that. This is supposed to be fun, okay? So don't get yourself stuck gossiping about other people in your group, okay? Don't do that. All right, so reason number three, don't let your spouse be too involved in club matters. They're not part of the group. They're your spouse. They married to you. They're not married to the group. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with bringing your spouse out to events. You know, it should be a family thing, but there has to be a line. You know what I mean? Like, there's gray area there, but there's a line where your spouse needs to be quiet, okay? Because it's not their group. They didn't join. They're not paying dues. It's not their car. You know what I mean? They can join the group if they like, but if they're just like a passenger, they need to be quiet, okay? All right, so keep that in mind when you join a car club. Don't let your spouse get too involved, okay? Reason number four, don't think and act like your car is better than anyone else's in the group, because it's not. It's a car, guys, okay? And you're supposed to be family when you do this. So don't act and think like your car is better than anybody else's in the group, because you don't know what they have planned. You know what I mean? What they really are going to do next for their car, what other things are going on in their regular life. So don't pressure people to do what you're doing to your car. Your car can be beautiful and theirs can too, okay? All right, so reason number five, okay? This ties into a couple of things I already said. Don't tell people all of your business, okay? Everybody does not need to know everything about you, especially and you just joined a group. Don't tell everybody everything. They don't need to know that. Just in regular life, you should not be telling everyone all of your business, okay? That's just not something you should do. Keep some things private for yourself, for certain people, but don't tell everybody your business, because everybody doesn't need to know that. They don't deserve to know everything about you immediately. So just monitor what you say, okay? Reason number six, don't be an admin in a group that you just joined without first getting to know the people in the group. You know what I mean? Like, the group might really like you and think that you would be a great person to fill in a certain role in the group. Don't jump into that unless you know how this group operates, because you don't want to be thrown in the mix of some things that you didn't know anything about because you were a regular member. Admins and members, it's a difference. Admins, you know, they're responsible for making sure that the group runs a certain way. So unless you're ready for that type of responsibility, don't jump into it too quick. Take your time, okay? All right, so that brings us to number seven. So number seven, do not mod the shit out of your car and your car is falling apart mechanically, okay? So if you know that your radiator and your oil filter are mixing together and creating chocolate milk, or you have a 200,000 mileage car and you're not sure if the engine's gonna make it too much longer, do not put thousands of dollars into this car, modifying it, and it's gonna fall apart. Unless you can afford to fix those issues, don't make it look pretty and it's falling apart on the inside. That's all I'm saying. I mean, the choice is yours. It's your car. But do you really want to make it look really nice, but it's a piece of crap? Like, I mean, it's like putting makeup on a wig on a fucking person and expecting them to look like that all the time. Like, you don't look like that all the time. We know that the car is a piece of shit. So I'm just saying, Don't do that. Just don't do that, okay? Also, don't rush your mods just because you see somebody else can afford to spend $5,000 a week on their car. If you can't do that, you can't do that. That's not what it's about. Do not worry about how fast your mods are done on your car. That's not what matters. It's your car. At the end of the day, you're the one paying that note on it. You're the one paying that insurance on it. You're the one that has to drive it on a regular basis. It's your car. So don't compare your car to the next person trying to keep up with the Joneses and compete with anybody. Compete with yourself. Be creative. Do things that you know you want to do to your car. Of course, get ideas and bits and pieces from other people, but don't worry about that. That is not your ultimate goal. It's your car. So take your time. If it takes you a year to get your car how you want it, then it takes a year. Some people, it may take 2 weeks. That's them. They may sell drugs. They may be a truck driver. They may make a lot of money doing whatever the hell their profession is. You may be a school teacher. You may be a manager at a restaurant. You may be, a bus driver where you're not making these extreme amounts of money. So don't worry about that. That's not what it's about. It's not a competition. So do not worry about that. Okay? All right. So that leads us to number 8. Do not let the car scene dictate who your friends are. Okay? There's a whole bunch of different cliques and clubs in the car scene. Some people are only Mopar. Some people are only Mustang. Some people are only import. Some people are, you know what I mean? So don't let that cloud your judgment on who your friends can be. Okay? Because at the end of the day, like I said before, it's cars. Okay? So if you want to be friends with somebody that drives a Mustang or that drives a Camaro or any other fucking car, be friends with them, okay? Because these cars are just cars. It's the people that really matter behind the car. And you never know who you're going to meet. And a lot of the time, if it wasn't for the cars, would you even really get to know some of these people? Think about that, okay? So do not let the car scene dictate who are your friends. Don't let your car club dictate who you can and cannot talk to. Just because there's certain people in your car club that don't like other people in other car clubs, that's their problem. Okay? You're an individual, you're an adult, you're paying your bills, you're driving your car, you're modifying your car. Don't worry about them. Do what you need to do. If you want to be friends with everybody, be friends with everybody. If they don't like it, then leave that car club. Because obviously it's not for you and they're not supporting you. So move on, okay? All right, so that brings us to number 9. Do not date anybody in your car club. Just don't do it. It's not a good idea. I don't recommend it. For one, it's like a sorority fraternity type thing. They're supposed to be your brother or your sister. That's incest. Do not date your fellow car club members. Date somebody in a different car club. Date somebody not in the car scene. But do not date people that are in your car club. Because what happens if it all falls apart? That could get real messy and it's going to be an issue. It's going to create a divide in your car club because then people don't know whose side to pick and you're putting people in an awkward predicament. So please do not date members in your car club. Just don't do it. It's not good. If you want to date somebody in your car club, maybe y'all should just leave the car club and y'all can date. But don't do that in a car club. It makes things very strange. Okay? Don't do that. It changes the energy. And last but not least, number 10, okay? This is the most important thing of them all, okay? Do not take the car scene shit so serious. It's for fun, guys. It's a hobby. We do this for fun. We're spending money to do this. You're spending lots of money to do this. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't a cheap hobby. So do this for fun. Don't take it that serious. Don't get into the politics of it. There's always going to be bad apples and gossip anywhere you go. You have it at work, you have it at church, you have it in your family. Don't let a hobby make you unhappy. So if it's not for you, it's not for you. And you leave and you do what you got to do. But do not let the car scene dictate your happiness. Be happy, have fun, enjoy yourself, okay? If I missed anything, guys, feel free to drop some comments below. And we'll do another update, but we're also going to do 10 things that you should do when you're in a car club. That'll be coming up pretty soon as well. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one, all right? Peace.